Hello, everybody. I'm Kerrie Mengersen. I'm a Distinguished Professor of Statistics and in the Centre for Data Science at the Queensland University of Technology in Australia. So, g'day. It's a fantastic opportunity, this hackathon, and a great pleasure to be able to welcome you to this event. I'm one of the co-organisers along with a number of other people. You've already seen Adriana, who's online, and also we have our fantastic partners, Pasos Libres, and you'll get to meet them a little later as well in this session. So together we've created this hackathon, and the aims of this hackathon is it's a global online innovation competition. It's bringing a whole range of people together, developers, entrepreneurs, researchers, human rights advocates, and we're looking to develop AI-driven solutions to really combat modern slavery. This hackathon aims to raise public awareness of modern slavery, to improve participants' technical and domain expertise, and also to foster interdisciplinary collaboration between us, the members of the hackathon. We hope to, through this event, we hope to accelerate the impact and the adoption of open source tools that are created through Project AIMS, the AI against modern slavery. This is a pioneering initiative that uses large language models to benchmark and analyse so many modern slavery statements that are issued by modern corporations. And thereby we hope to be able to promote transparency, accountability, and ethical business practices. This is a great opportunity for us to use our skills in a really meaningful way. It's such an exciting opportunity to really contribute to society, to rid our world of this scourge of modern slavery. I'd like to start the proceedings by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land in which we are situated here at QUT. That's the Yagara and Turrbal people. This has always been and always will be Aboriginal land, and we acknowledge the elders past, present and emerging. And I'd like to also extend that acknowledgement and that welcome to Indigenous people around the world, and also to anybody who's online from those communities. So with that, I'd like to hand back to Adriana, and I welcome you all, and I hope that we have a most wonderful time together. You know, our world is so fractured these days. We work in our own areas. We have so many, global issues that are upon us all the time. And this allows us this really great opportunity to open our arms to each other, to across the world, and to really work together on something that really can do something meaningful. So I'm looking forward to the hackathon. I'm looking forward to the process. I'm looking forward to the outcomes. And most of all, I'm looking forward to getting to know some of you. You've really given up your time and your expertise for this event. And for that, thank you. Back to you, Adriana.
Thank you so much, Kerrie, and thank you all for joining us today. As you have seen, this event is co-organized between Queensland University of Technology, Pasos Libres, but also MILA, the Quebec Institute of AI based in Canada. And we're excited to also have a welcoming video from Jérôme, who is the director of in the applied AI in the AI for Humanity team, and who has also played a crucial role in the development of Project AIMS. So I'll invite my colleague Juan to share his screen and play this video for us. Thank you, Juan.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the AIMS Hackathon. My name is Jérôme Solis. I'm a Senior Director of Applied Projects here at MILA, a Canadian research institute specializing in machine learning, and one of the key contributors to this project. We're incredibly proud of the work that the team has put in to get to this point. The level of engagement and interest we've seen for this hackathon has been phenomenal, and we're thrilled to have you all here today. For us, this hackathon is a crucial step in the journey of Project AIMS. Our goal is to use AI to support the national efforts against modern slavery, which is a growing concern affecting tens of millions of people globally. The Project AIMS team has been hard at work for years. First, by investigating how machine learning could automate the analysis of modern slavery statement under the UK Modern Slavery Act. Then, in a subsequent phase, our focus shifted to using data science and machine learning to benchmark company statement issued under the Australian Modern Slavery Act. This work has produced some remarkable artifacts, including the largest annotated dataset of modern slavery statements, as well as fine-tuned large language models. But there's still so much to do. While modern slavery laws require companies to submit annual reports, which of course is essential for transparency, this also creates a significant challenge. The sheer volume of data makes manual analysis really difficult. So that's why we're so excited to have you here and see what you can accomplish. You'll have the opportunity to work on various challenges areas that I won't spoil here. But the goal is to move beyond mere compliance and really unlock richer, more actionable insights that help organizations truly improve their efforts in fighting against modern slavery. The work you do here today will have real-world impact by supporting stakeholders, which includes governments, industries, and civic society in their efforts to improve compliance and decision-making. So on behalf of Mila, thank you so much for being here, for sharing your talent, and for joining us in this crucial fight. Let's get started and see what you can build together. Good luck.
Thank you, Jérôme, and thank you, John, for presenting this video so smoothly. Technology seems to be with us, so this is great. Great start. And now I would like to invite the colleagues from Pasos Libres, so Sebastián and Juan. First, would you mind telling us a little bit more about who you are, what is Pasos Libres, what do you do, and then also provide the participants with a bit of background on who is going to be part of this competition. I know that maybe they can see that there are 60 people already in this call, but we have a lot more exciting statistics to share. And then I'll pick it back from there and talk about the speakers that we will have as part of this event.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to everyone in this call. And I'm saying this because we have people from several countries and several time zones, which is one of the most incredible things of this competition. Adriana and Kerrie, thank you for that introduction. Juan and I are co-founders of Pasos Libres, which is a non-profit Colombian organization based obviously in Colombia that works to end modern slavery and to contribute to the efforts of fantastic people such as Adriana, Jérôme, Kerrie, and I'm sure as the efforts of many of the people that is in this call as well. Part of our work is focused on creating these kind of alternative learning scenarios where people not only learn about modern slavery, but also take real action and contribute to strengthen existing solutions. And in this case, of course, the AIMS project. We are really excited to welcome you and to mention that this year we selected 51 teams to be part of this competition. So we have 226 participants from 19 different countries: Colombia, Benin, Pakistan, Romania, Australia, Cameroon, India, Canada, Nigeria, Morocco, South Africa, Sweden, Costa Rica, Bangladesh, the United States, Russia, Eswatini, Ecuador, and the United Kingdom. So we have representatives from several countries, and something that we need to mention is that obviously we have like teams from 19 different countries, but actually we have several teams that have participants from additional countries. So I'm sure that we have representatives for all the continents, and that's very excited. That recharge us of a lot of energy, because at the end is to see that there is a lot of people in different regions, in different countries that want to join these efforts to eradicate modern slavery. Since now you are the protagonist of this competition, and as Adriana is going to show you in a couple of minutes, we have created a fantastic agenda that is going to help you to understand this terrible issue and how to take action based on technology solutions. But we have called experts from different countries, from different organizations with different backgrounds to be here for you. You are the main actors of this competition, and all the knowledge, all the skills that we want to share with you have the purpose of give you the motivation, the inspiration to use your own knowledge, your own skills to take action. As you know, modern slavery continues to be a terrible human rights violation. There are more slaves today than at any other point on human history. Around 50 million people are victims of modern slavery, most of them in the supply chains of the clothes we are wearing, the food we eat this morning, or we are going to eat tonight, the technology that we are using to host this call. So the challenge that we are facing here is incredible, important, and can make and signify the difference for millions of people around the world. I just want to close these closing remarks actually reminding a quote that Justin Trudeau, the former Prime Minister of Canada, used to say in similar events to this, and is what you do, what you say, and the choices you make have the power to change the world. And the choice to join this competition, to contribute with your knowledge and your skills to create a solution that can contribute to end modern slavery in the private sector is a fantastic choice. It's an incredible investment of your time, and we are very thankful for that. What we expect of this competition is that obviously you contribute to strengthen this amazing open source tool that Adriana and her team have created. But also we hope that this is the beginning of a new group of people that is going to join to the global efforts to end modern slavery. It doesn't matter if you work in a nonprofit, in a company, if you are a student, if you are going to start your own business. Everyone as citizens can make better choices and can raise their voices actually against modern slavery. So we hope that this competition is also motivate you to continue learning about the topic and to continue taking action to eradicate this pressing issue that we are facing. So thank you again for registering and welcome to this competition. We hope you enjoy the following 7 days that we are going to be spending together. Adriana, back to you.
Thank you so much, Sebastián, and thank you for this incredible welcoming remarks. And as I mentioned, we were really excited to see the interest. We received more applications than the ones that we selected, but we wanted to ensure we give the opportunity to as many people as possible to be part of this event. And we selected the 51 teams. And it's fantastic to see that not only the teams are diverse in terms of geographics, but also age and also the background and the expertise that all of you are bringing to this event. So thank you so much again for deciding to be part of this. And we hope that you'll also leave this event and this competition with a better understanding of what modern slavery is and how businesses can help us fight against it, and then how technology can play a role to aid businesses, but also other stakeholders in their actions against modern slavery. And of course, that requires your type of expertise and skills to design that technology in a responsible and ethical manner. So to be able to do that, we were really happy to be able to secure a fantastic lineup of speakers that are going to spend the next few days with us to try to help us understand those very complex issues. And we know that not everybody is an expert in those fields, so we really hope to be able to present to have the chance to learn. I would like to take you now through the agenda of the different sessions that we have prepared for you for the next couple of days, and to tell you a little bit about the vision that we're having in terms of the curriculum or the information that we hope for you to live with at the end of this. So this is the program for the event. As you know, it's going to take place from today for the next 7 days. And starting today, we have the sessions that we are all present for now, welcoming remarks. And straight after this, we will have the incredible Erin giving us a workshop on how to present a pitch. As you learn later in this session, at the end of this event, we would like you not only to send us your GitHub with the data and your code, but also to give us a short video where you have to pitch your solution and to explain to us why your solution answers the challenge, and also why you should be the winner of this event. So Erin will teach you how to do this in case you haven't already had experience in preparing a speech. So again, hopefully this will be a skill that you will live with from this event with. Then you have the rest of your day today or to be able to maybe spend a bit more time with your team. We will also share some important materials with you soon, which is a participant handbook and also the agenda and some more information about the challenges. So hopefully you'll have the next a few days to digest all this information. But then tomorrow, what we hope you to do is to get a cup of coffee or a tea and sit back and enjoy a fantastic lineup of panels. So in these panels, we're going to start the day with nice and early here in Australia at 6 a.m. With representatives from the 3 governments that have a modern slavery legislation. So we were extremely happy that the Australian Attorney General's Department representative, the Canadian Public Safety representative, and a representative from the Home Office from the UK, they all agreed to come and present for an hour the background of these legislations and why do we have the modern slavery laws, what they require from companies, and what are some of the challenges that they're facing in enforcing this legislation. So they're all asking to have the statements being published, but then the governments, and now you can have the insights directly from those that are in charge of reading these modern slavery statements and assessing them, and why they need your skills, your technological skills to help us assess those statements. So they will be opening this day of panel sessions, introducing the legislation, but also introducing the international reporting template of modern slavery and forced labor and child labor. So this is going to be a document that you are going to use a lot in your challenges. So the 3 governments came together and developed this template to help companies report in the same way in their modern slavery statements. So they're going to go quite high level introducing this template. But then after that session, I will be available for an hour to go with you in details on this on the details of this template, so you will be very familiar with the content of this reporting template, and hopefully you'll be prepared for the challenges. So please join these sessions if you, of course, if it's not like 2 a.m. On your side, and ask as many questions as you have. But if you are unable to join the sessions, there's no problem, because we record everything, and as soon as the session is finished, it's going to be uploaded on the website of the event. So we start nice and early here in Australia tomorrow, introducing the legislation and the international template. And then this is the session where we are going to learn about what is modern slavery. And in this session, we will have testimonies from survivors, people that have lived through modern slavery, and they're willing to be here with us tomorrow and to tell us about their experience and to really maybe break some of the stereotypes around modern slavery, but also to help us understand how people can fall prey into this crime. Then we have people that have worked in the field for decades, working with survivors and helping people from all over the world to tell us about the definitions of modern slavery, the statistics of modern slavery, and also have people from the law enforcement telling us about their experience in trying to help people exit this this situation. And of course, we also have international organizations such as Red Cross and the International Justice Mission providing an overview of the situation across the globe. And all of those experts are also going to try to present an angle of why data science is so important and why this is such a hard crime to measure, to understand, and to fight against, and why we need data science to help us eradicate it. So if you can, please join this session. What we also decided to do with this event, it is to only allow the participants who have registered to join directly into the session. So this is a unique opportunity only for you to be able to interact directly with the speakers and to ask them questions. And even though afterwards we will make all the sessions publicly available through the recording, this is your opportunity to interact directly with these experts and ask anything you think is relevant for your own learning journey about modern slavery, but also whatever you think is necessary for your challenge and what you would like to build here. After we've learned what modern slavery is, we have a fantastic panel on the business response. And here we have representatives from NGOs that have been trying to collect data from businesses and assess it, or work to engage businesses in addressing modern slavery. But I think what is really interesting is that we actually secured speakers from businesses, those that are required to write a modern slavery statement, and they will tell us about their own difficulties in collecting all the information that they need to be able to write a modern slavery statement, or creating that transparency in the supply chain and being able to summarize all this information that they're receiving in a manageable format in the modern slavery statement. And then also some of the challenges they're facing in balancing being transparent, but also protecting the potential victims that they have identified in their supply chain, and so on. So this session is also bringing the perspective of who is behind the modern slavery statements, what are some of the challenges in building those, and how also technology can help businesses create that transparency in supply chain and collect that data. Then we have a follow-up session where we look at who is analyzing the modern slavery statement. So again, we know that the government is interested in these statements and they're looking at them when they're trying to enforce the law. But then we have academics, and then we have the civic society looking at these statements and trying to put forward an understanding of what are the businesses that are leading their industries and they're doing the right thing, and what are the businesses that are falling behind. And in this session, we're going to learn about the different methodologies that they're using in assessing the modern slavery statements, from purely looking at the compliance, which is mainly what governments are doing, has the company described what the law is asking, versus going a lot more granular and asking questions that the civic society and advocates and academia would like to see. So this is what we're going to explore in this session. And finally, bringing it a bit closer to what we know, it is to have we have a panel on the responsible and ethical development of AI for social good. And we're going to start with speakers from MILA and the International Research Center of AI under the auspices of UNESCO, telling us about how many opportunities are out there to use your expertise in data science and in AI to develop projects that have a positive impact on society. And after that, we are going to discuss with experts that have been working on project developing AI solutions against modern slavery or human trafficking. And then here you will have a different perspective on what are the data sources we can use to address this crime beyond, of course, the scope of this hackathon, which it is to use businesses' reports and assess them for this with the aim of creating transparency and accountability in supply chain. So in this session, you're going to hear about from Alison, for instance, who has been working on or using data against human trafficking, or using online data against children sexual exploitation online, and much more. So again, another very important session, and something that is going to offer the perspective of why we can think about also using the skills that you are having for the development of the social good agenda, and trying to get some more inspiration on possible applications in the very complex crimes of modern slavery. And in this session, we are starting to talk a lot more about responsible development of AI and the ethics behind this process, because as we're going to learn later in this hackathon, we are going to focus also on those aspects. So we need to see that in the development of your challenges and the solutions for the challenges, you have also considered ethical implication and the responsible development of your solutions. So this is tomorrow. It's going to be a lot to learn, but again, this is going to be all recorded and available for you online to go back and watch whenever you feel comfortable. But I encourage you, if you're available, to join these sessions, because you can ask all these incredible speakers direct questions. And maybe if you can't, you can leave your questions on Slack or on our WhatsApp group beforehand, and then we will be able to ask those questions for you. So this is tomorrow. And then on September 12th, we have an entire day of learning what is Project AIMS, what have we done, what have we created, and then what are the challenges that we'd like you to help us with. So we're going to start again nice and early here in Australia. We're just going to give you a high-level overview of what is Project AIMS, AI Against Modern Slavery, and some of the things that we have developed here. And together with Kerrie, but also with Arsène, who has been leading the applied machine learning team at Mila, we'll tell you a little bit about the research we've developed. And then we are going to dive into the challenges. So we're going to start with the data mining, processing, and enrichment challenge. And the way this session is going to work is that we are going to tell you a little bit more about how we build the data sets that we use in Project AIMS, some of the challenges and the limitations of these resources. And also we're going to present to you the challenge and what we would like you to do to take these resources forward and to improve on the limitations that we have. And then here we have speakers from mainly from QUT and Mila, so pretty much the authors of the papers that we put together, but we also were going to have speakers from business providers who are working with very large data sets, helping to help businesses understand their supply chain. So they will give you a little bit more perspective on how to look at these modern slavery statements in the larger context of trying to create a better profile of the business and try to have a better understanding on how can we move beyond just checking what the companies are saying in their statements, but if what they're saying is true by looking at other data sources. So please join this session. We are, regardless if you are deciding to work on the data mining and processing challenge, we really encourage you to join, because here is you're going to learn about the data sources that you're going to use in the other challenges, but also to give you a perspective of where we want to go moving forward. So this is going to be the first workshop. Then we're going to talk about the AI models and the explainability. And again, here we are having mainly the authors of the papers of Project AIMS. So we are going to tell you about all the different models that we have in different papers that we wrote. You will have access to those models, to the papers, so you can read them and understand. But here we're going to try to present them to you, but also again, to tell you what we would like to see happening next. And maybe what you will observe as part of those workshops is that we really tried to find the right balance between giving you enough resources so you know what you have to do, but not holding your hand too much, in the sense that we really are mostly interested in your innovation. So the challenges you'll see, they're quite high level. So we would really like to see how you would approach these questions using the resources that we provide you, but beyond going and finding more resources on your own and trying to show us what can be done beyond what we were able to do with this project. And again, even if you're working on different challenges, please join this session as well, because regardless if you're doing the data part, you need to understand how the AI is going to assess that data. And even if you're going to participate in the follow-up challenge, which is the application visualization, so meaning a software challenge, let's say, you will need to understand the models that you will need to be able to call in your application and how they function. So the third and final workshop will be about application and visualization. And here we are going to tell you a little bit about some solutions that were developed not as part of Project AIMS, but by some of our collaborators, and tell you a little bit of what we would envision an application or a software to look like. So in Project AIMS, we don't have any UI UX developed. We only have data and models, but we know from all the discussions with stakeholders what we would like to have as a prototype that will be useful for stakeholders like NGOs and governments or civic society. So we are going to tell you a bit the features that we would like to see, and then show you a few videos or demos from some collaborators who have developed similar features or platforms. And then we're just welcoming to hear your questions. And again, we just want to see where you can take this and hopefully thinking about how the stakeholders are going to use it. So once again, to be able to do this efficiently, we really encourage you to join the previous panels, or at least to listen to the panels and the other workshops, because this is where you're going to hear about all these challenges that stakeholders are facing and trying to assess the modern slavery statements. And then you can get inspirations on how to develop extra features or how to present information from the statements that the stakeholders will be able to use in the most meaningful way. And again, you're only going to be able to build this a good application and visualization or software only if you understand the data and the model. So once again, I encourage you at least to listen to the previous sessions. Now, you know there is a fourth challenge, the Blue Sky Innovation. And if you are planning to work on this, please let us know as soon as possible, because we don't know what your Blue Sky Innovation looks like. So we would love to help you if you have questions for us. We are really excited. We saw quite a few of you selecting that as your preferred choice. So we are as curious as we can get, because we would love to know how, what are your ideas, how you can build upon these solutions, but in a direction that we couldn't even think about. So if you are working on Blue Sky Innovation and you think you need our expertise or our help in any way, just reach out and I'll be able to meet you on one-on-one, meet with your team, discuss, give you some feedback. But there won't be a dedicated workshop on this, because we don't know what directions you are looking at. So just reach out, and I'm on WhatsApp and Slack, and we'll be able to arrange a time throughout the next week to meet with you. Right. So you'll have 2 days of a lot of learning. Hopefully by that point, you'll know very well the resources, you'll know why you are here and why it's so important that you're bringing your expertise. Then you're going to go away with your team and work on your challenges. And again, just confirm you're going to work only on one challenge. You'll have to decide. You can decide anytime before the end of these workshops on what challenge you want to work on. And if you need help, just make sure to reach out. But then you're going to go away for a couple of days and build your solutions. And then on October 16th, we are going to give you the awards. So we will need some time, because we have 51 teams. Your profiles are incredible. We saw already your messages on WhatsApp, your LinkedIn profiles, and we are just so happy and overwhelmed to have that level of expertise joining this challenge. So we'll have a very hard task at hand to select only one winner and two runner-ups. So we need some time, so that's why we're taking almost a month to review your applications. We want to make this as fair as possible. And then on October 16th, there's going to be the International Data Week in Brisbane. And as part of a panel session there, we're also going to announce the winner, but we'll of course share all the details with you beforehand. But just to remind you, we will give a first prize of $3,000 and second enterprise will get $1,000 each. All the participants will receive a certificate of participation, and we're going to see, but as you see, we have a very big pool of speakers working at really high-level institutions. And just a nudge, the International Research Center, IRCAI, and under the auspices of UNESCO, could potentially, if one of the solution is really standing out, showcase this solution on their own website and provide some mentorship on maybe building forward that solution. So I think beyond the prizes themselves, this event really presents a great opportunity for networking, for connection, for learning, and we're really, really hoping that you will get as much as possible out of this event. And once again, if you have any questions, please make sure to reach out to us, and we are here to help. And because we are from all over the world, we will be able most likely to answer at any time. So that's also the benefit of our global collaboration. I'll stop here for now because I would really like to ask Juan to tell us a little bit more about what we will expect for you to send back after you finished your challenges, your solutions for your challenges. So we have a GitHub page that we would like you to populate. So again, there will be the pitch, but also there are a few more other information that we would like to see from you. So Juan, back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Adriana. That's really a wonderful agenda that we have this year for the hackathon. So in this moment, I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna show you a little bit of GitHub. I know most of you know about this platform. So the idea that we are like using GitHub is to have your repositories and solutions in just one place. So we're gonna send you later today the invitation for all the teams that we already create here, the different teams that are participating in the hackathon this year. So we're gonna send you for all the different teams the invitations to join. You can join one person, all the team is up to you, but you're gonna find, for example, here a template that we already create that is called project sample. So the idea is for you to use this template, so you can create a new repository using this template. You can put the repository name. It is better if you use, for example, your team name in that repository. Make sure it's private, the repository that you create. So in this process, what we want to do is to upload this information. So this template have like different sessions here in this repository. So you're gonna find, for example, this structure. So you can name your AIMS Hackathon solution or project here. You can make a description of your like a general description of your solution and also of your team. And then we have like different sections here. So you're gonna like need to add a description of an issue to be addressed, like the problem statement that you want to address in this section. You need to also work on the objective that is related to the challenge that you want to approach, like the objective solution, the challenge, the problem, or the need that it contributes to solve your solution. And then we have the third aspect that you need to work on, that is the solution or data use case description. What we want here is like a comprehensive description of the database solution, or on data use cases. And then we have additional sections here. The pitch that we are having our session in 15 minutes. So the idea is you to record and upload the pitch in maybe a streaming platform like YouTube, like Vimeo, something like that, and you just need to like link the source or the URL here to the section. We have also here a section for the datasets. So the datasets is like the list of information, data sources that you use for your research project, for your solution. That will include APA access to the required data, access to our data sets, statements on data quality issues, transformation needed, the container for new data generated for this research through merging our data sets and things like that. And then we have additional the project code. So if, of course, what we want here is like to the different teams to add the data transformations, merging and quality assurance, the model related code, if it's a projection, prediction, correlation, etc. We have like different challenges. So it's a lot of application or solution that you can build. A user interface code, a lot of information related to that you need to add it here. And then we have additional documents. So can be a PowerPoint presentation, any flyer, any additional videos or demos, any protocols or guides. And later, Adriana will tell us about this. But yeah, what we need to do for each of the team is to create just for each of the team one repository that have this structure. You can use and duplicate this template, and yeah, you can upload all the information there, and that's the repository that we're gonna use, GitHub, to check all the information, to put that information in the hands of the juries, and they will analyze like all the structure and all the solutions to make their evaluation possible. And yeah, that's like the main information about our GitHub. Later today, as I mentioned, we gonna send you the invitation to to join the platform and this side.
Thank you, Juan. And going back to the final part of the GitHub, there will be some disclaimers that we will need to make. So it's important to do two things. One, it is to make sure that this is a technological competition. So we will judge you on how well your solutions function for the challenge that you decided to work on. But we cannot discuss companies reporting quality, because your solution might not be yet as good to be able to claim anything about specific companies. So even though you are working with corporate statements, and even though you will be asked to provide statistical assessments or even assessments of particular statements, do not use this to make claims at the end. Just show us that your solution, how your solutions work, but don't make claims about specific companies. We don't want to have any of you being or in any type of conflict with any company. So we're not making claims about companies. We are just assessing how well your solution functions. So this is the first disclaimer. The second disclaimer is intellectual property. Sorry, my puppy is part of this event, and she's very excited to say hi. But the second part is about intellectual property. As you know, this is an open source project, and we would like all your solutions to be also made open source, which means that yourself, but also others, will be able to build upon the solutions that you're building. So this is really important for us, that you are providing your tools to us open source, so we can make them open source moving forward. So because of those two reasons, we are going to update. I mean, this is already quite clear in the terms and conditions, but we are going to update the terms and conditions to make it even clearer. So before you commence your work on this hackathon, we will ask you to agree again on terms and conditions. And then the final thing I will say before opening for question and answering is that I want to clarify from the beginning, we are not going to provide to you a specific platform or a specific provider to develop your solutions. We're just giving the data and the papers and the models weights that we developed, but you can use any platform or any tools that you are comfortable with. And ideally, those tools will be able to use without having to pay extra for them, without needing a huge computational resource, not only because we don't expect you to spend anything on this hackathon, or we don't also have the resources to support all of you with credits or anything like this, but also because your solution should be able to be used by NGOs and governments in resource-constrained environments. So one other element that is important for us is that your solutions will be developed as innovatively as possible, but using as little resources as possible, so then an NGO that doesn't have a machine learning engineer or huge compute resources can also apply them. So those are the three things I wanted to mention. There will be a disclaimer about claims about company, an intellectual property disclaimer, signing the terms and conditions, and finally just wanted to set the expectations right, that you can use any platform coding that you are familiar with, but try to do it in a way that is not costing any money to your team or to the potential users afterwards. We have about 7 minutes left before we meet the incredible Erin for the pitch workshop. So what about taking some questions? I see some hands up. I see you have a question, Kerrie. And then I think there was somebody else.
My comment was just that somebody had their hand up and then lowered it. So whoever that was, please put your hand up again.
Perfect. So I see.
Thanks, Adriana. That was fantastic overview of the project.
Thank you. Thank you, Kerrie. So I see that Tammy asked some questions. So who are the judges and what are the judging criteria? So the judges will so all the speakers, so we have over 40 speakers, they all agree to be judges. So I think we will just select a couple of judges from all the different, from all this pool of expertise. So the judges will be from this list that you've seen. So there'll be people with very technical background from QUT, from Milan. They will look into your code. They will look at exactly what you've built. There will be people with modern slavery expertise, people with legal expertise, looking at how usable your tools are, how easy to understand they are for people that don't have any coding experience. And again, maybe for each different challenge, of course, some of those criteria are more important than others, right? So usability, for instance, is really important for the software challenge, let's say, challenge 3, but the data part will have other, we'll focus on a few other elements. So we will share with you the judging criteria. They are quite high level, so they can be applied across all criteria, but within each criteria, we will, of course, prioritize the most relevant elements. And then the judges will be very interdisciplinary, so they will look for different things. Do we have disclosure procedures if we know a judge? Yes. So it's mainly so the judges will be the ones declaring any conflict of interest or disclosures, but also it will be really useful if you do as well, if you tell us, so we can formalize this process. This is a really great question, so we can look into how to formalize this maybe as part of the terms and conditions. And when you sign, you also have to tell us this. This is a really great timing for this. The use of LLM guidelines. Here, the main thing that we require is, again, that ideally you wouldn't spend any money on it. So try not to go straight to ChatGPT, because we won't be able to reimburse you for this money. You can do it if you want, but ideally you'll be able to use open source solutions that will be able for your users to use afterwards. And then in terms, there will be one of our criteria is to see how you consider ethical implications of the use of large language models. Hopefully through the panels you learn a little bit more about that. But if you need a little bit more clear guidance on this, we can try to provide it, but we will also like to see how you are approaching this in a responsible manner. And we do not have any preferences for the open source licenses. For the models you're using open source, but then when you are providing to us the open source solutions, we most likely will use a CC BY. So it's one of the most permissive licenses, which will allow people to build upon your solutions, but with attribution. So everybody will have to say this work is developed by team XY with these authors, and we build it forward, just the way you'll have to do with our resources. When you are going to present your solution, you have to say, we are building on AIMS.au dataset, and this is the reference, and this is what we've done on top of that. So that's most likely, but you will be updated in the terms and conditions. Okay, we have, please let me know if this is clear. We have one more question. I would like to know if the actual duration of the hackathon, would this be covered in the workshop? So the actual days of hacking will be from the 13th to 17th. So at midnight, 11:59, 17, anywhere on Earth, we will expect your solutions to be sent on GitHub. If we see that a lot of you require extension, we might consider it, but we really hope to receive them. We have 51 solutions. We expect all of them to be high quality. If we extend that deadline, we will have big trouble in having the time needed to assess them. So midnight, end of the day, anywhere on Earth on the 17th, we would like to have your solutions. You can start coding of today if you are ready. We will provide you a lot of information, so you can start already working. The hackathon officially started today, but then you can work on it later. For those particular date 13, 17 for hacking, but we encourage you to start as of today to talk to your team and start building the initial ideas. So then we see that somebody has a problem downloading the dataset. Okay, so some people are providing some solutions for this. So if you have issues downloading the data, why not, as you do here, write on the chat, but also write on WhatsApp. See, there are already people that can help you with this. So we will be able to pick up those questions, especially technical questions. So finally, we have 1 more minute. You pick the challenge, and ideally you let us know before the 13th what challenge you work on. We need to know what challenge, how many people work on, how many teams work on what challenges, and especially those that are working on Blue Sky Innovation. If you need our help, we're here to help you. But again, there won't be a workshop for you particularly, so make sure to reach out. But you can decide today if you know exactly what challenge you want to work on, but at least by the 13th, you have to tell us what challenge you're working on. And then how can I search for open data sets about modern slavery? Which data would you recommend? So, okay, I'll give you one. This is a question I think you can already search for yourself. I will recommend to start with the Global Slavery Index. That's a really good data set, and Wikirate. But then beyond that, I would really like to see the teams actually going and searching for the data sets. But I'll put it here. So this is also part of the learning process. So Global Slavery Index and Wikirate. And you will have a video about how to download data from Wikirate as well. But we are on time. Thank you, Sebastián. So if you have any yes, so the two specific data sets are just mentioned above. You can use our own data set. There will be more data sets presented in the workshop on data. But beyond that, also, if you are finding new data sets and you want a second opinion from us, if they're good enough or what you like to do with it, make sure to text us on Slack or on WhatsApp. I know Erin is eager to teach you how to prepare a pitch. So maybe we can switch to the other link. But before doing that, I just want to thank all the speakers for your welcoming remarks. All of you, over 70 of you joining us today, and for those of you that are asleep now, but we're going to watch this session tomorrow. Thank you once again for deciding to be part of this event. We are extremely, extremely happy that we have your level of expertise joining us, and we hope to build and innovate together.